The Yoruba people who today exist as peaceful loving people had long histories of internal wars. One of the most popular tribal wars in world history is the Kiriji or Ekiti Parapor War, lasting from 1877 to 1893. It is considered the longest inter-tribal war in the world. This 16-year conflict, primarily between Ibadan and the combined forces of Ekiti and Ijesha, and its onomatopoeic name, Kiriji, due to the thunderous cannons used by the Ekiti and Ijesha. Ibadan, a relatively new establishment that had the honor of filling the oversized shoes of the former Oyo Empire as the protector of the Yoruba nation against external attacks. But the military successes and wealth raked in by Ibadan in its military expeditions soon posed serious challenges. Like all global superpowers, Ibadan was said to embark on an expansionist program that extended its reach to much of Yorubaland. It started appointing district officers known as Ajeles to rule the conquered territories on its behalf. It did not take long for the Ajeles to transform into despots. They became corrupt and power-drunk, demanding ridiculous homage and exorbitant tributes. The Yoruba vassal states of Ijesha and Ekiti revolted and massacred the Ibadan-appointed Ajeles. They formed a confederacy called Ekiti Parapor, Ekiti Brotherhood, and declared their independence from Ibadan. Ibadan knew the dire consequences of allowing such action to go unpunished, as it would encourage other conquered territories to declare independence. Ibadan wanted a centralized political system, with a central economy, a command military structure, a central administration and a forcefully united Yoruba nation, while the other Yoruba subgroups wanted a decentralized structure, where all the federating units would be autonomous and would be able to plan their political future based on their own heritage. This led to the epic Yoruba War called the Kiriji War in 1877, when the Ibadan police, navy, infantry and artillery soldiers, led by General Obadoke Letusa, invaded the entire Commonwealth of Yoruba nation, pummeled the sacred institutions, raided the markets and the deepest hinterlands, and sought to proclaim a forcefully united Yoruba nation. Several Yoruba towns, such as Osogun and Ijeye, were wiped out in the course of the war. Igbajo barely escaped total destruction. Eventually, Ibadan found itself fighting on 5 fronts. First, in the south against the Eba, who confined their activities to raids and surprise attacks. Secondly, against the Ijebu, in the same south, who pitched a camp against them at Oru under Balogun on Aforokon. Thirdly, the men were at Kiriji in the east, where their forces fought a long battle against the Ekiti and Ijesha, Ekiti Parapor forces, under the command of Ogidembe. Fourthly, at Offa in the north, where they faced the Ilorin Fulani, who pitched their camp against the people of Offa, and Ali of Ibadan. And finally at Ile-Ife, where the Ife people joined the alliance against them in 1882. However, in spite of Ibadan's disadvantages in the war, these 5 forces could not effect its defeat. A state of stalemate was reached, from which only the intervention of an outside force could redeem the whole Yoruba nation. How the war ended. Attempts at mediation had started as early as 1879 to 1880. All the traditional rulers were involved, but neither was trusted by the other. The colonial government in Lagos was under instructions from London and Accra to keep out of the conflict, even though the fighting was having serious effects on the economic life of the colony. After 1885, the attitude of the administration started to change. There was going to be a change in the political status of Lagos, which was later separated from the Gold Coast in 1886.